Hey, hey, friends and revolutionaries. Yeah, it's a long story. It's a long story. And maybe one day I'll tell it. But for now, if you see in the title, looks like I intend to put a very specific title on this video. This is just a test. This is just, well, you know what? I'll tell you the story now. If you don't know me, I live in Central Texas. That's where I live, South Central Texas. And Halloween 2015, South Central Texas got a record amount of rainfall overnight, which means that a lot of us got our houses flooded out very badly. You may have seen news articles and so forth, and I was part of it. So my home got flooded during that time. So there's been a lot of recovery that's taken place over the past, I guess, year and a half, since October of 2015. Here we are now, March 2017. I have only had a Kindle, a cell phone, and a Chromebook to kind of get me by over these past few months. And I missed you guys. I really have. I am so sorry that I have not been as active or have been around as much as I probably should have been. But I've been wanting to get back. I really, really have. So this year I did go ahead and get a new computer, which is incompatible, or which cannot run any of my old video software. So this is a test, as the title will say, test. This is a test just to see how everything comes out. Everything from the transitions to the recording quality to the upload times, playback, everything. This is just a test. Nothing cool to look at here. Okay, I want to stress that. We're not looking at anything cool here. No. What's this? Well, I mean, we're not looking at anything cool, but I did want you to have something to look at. You know, something. And one of the things was a little thing I've had for a while. It got a little banged up. You know, I don't know if you can really see. I'm not going to move it. It's okay. I'll move it. It's got a little damage there on the side, but it is the Dragon Ball Z. The Crystal Dragon Ball Z from Bandai. The Dragon Balls. Because I know you guys are Dragon Ball nuts. Or at least I hope you are, because we've got a lot of it coming up. And this is one of my favorite things I have from my Dragon Ball collection. So I thought this would be something kind of cool to put on the video. Not that we're talking about anything really. We're not talking about anything. Again, this is only a test. But it is kind of cool. It's got the very orange style Shenron. It's kind of dusty. It's got the green Shen. You can hear stuff rolling around in there. There's Vegeta. Got the 7 Dragon Balls on the side. There's Goku. I'm not going to show you the back. I'm not going to show you the back. Oh, and it's heavy. It is heavy. They're not really crystal, of course. Of course, they're more like, and again, this is only a test. We're not talking about anything. But you open it up, and inside, beautifully displayed acrylic Dragon Balls. I got this at an angle, so the lid is going to drop if I don't keep it held up. But let's see. Let me show you the number 4 Dragon Ball. Number 4 star. It's very, very cool. About the size of a baseball. And though you can't feel any seam on it, I mean, now, these are in acrylic, so they're like fingerprint magnets. Make sure you've got a nice cloth to wipe it down with if you own these or if you're thinking about buying them. But there's no seam on the outside. But when you look at the ball, you can see the 4 stars. And then you return it to the side. Yeah, you can see where it's half and half, where one half is and the other half starts, and how they embedded the 4 stars. But that aside, this is again the prize of my Dragon Ball collection. I mean, if you do any kind of fan films, if anyone wants to do a fan film of Dragon Ball, these are probably the best things you could pick up. And they're not very expensive. Now, mind you, I got this 3 or 4 years ago. At least 3. And it ran about, I want to say it ran about $70. You can buy them individually. Like I've seen people who have the 4-star ball sitting on a little satin pillow, like the first episode with Bulma and Goku. So you can buy them separately, but I wanted the set, and I wanted the accurate size, which is a little strange because when it comes to Dragon Ball, the Dragon Balls have kind of varied in size from time to time, but most of them are usually in that kind of baseball size. Yeah. So, and they come with a nice satin interior, which is really nice for display. The only drawback is, again, the lid. The lid does not stay open. It'd be nice if there was some kind of, I don't know, something that would hold the lid up so that you could have the Dragon Balls on display without them being flat against there, at a kind of an angle, instead of, constantly falling down. But very, very cool. And that was the 4-star. Let's look at the 1-star ball. Not that we're reviewing anything, not that we're really just, testing it out, seeing how things go. There's the 1-star ball. Again, you can see where it's kind of embedded in there. And not that I would encourage this at all. I've dropped these a couple of times. I've dropped 1 or 2 of them a few times, and I have not had a nick or a nick or a scuff or a ding or anything like that on there. So they are actually pretty hard wearing. Then again, I've dropped it on carpet and not on like a hard tile floor like I'm standing on now. So you probably want to be kind of careful with them if you're going to do anything active. But these are so very cool. And again, not very expensive. I would certainly encourage anyone who's a Dragon Ball fan to pick these up. There's the 7-star ball. And because this is a test, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take just a moment. I'm going to pause just for a moment and kind of pick up here with looking at a couple of the others. Not that we're really doing a review; we're just testing stuff. But we're gonna go ahead and just pause it. Again, just I want to test out my transitions, see what happens from one to the other. So, be right back. All right, nothing should look all that different. I just paused it, turned it back on. Just want to have a split in there so that when I'm putting this together, I can test that transition that hopefully everybody just saw and didn't go too bad. Bandai. Now that's something I'm kind of impressed with. Is it is by Bandai. For the most part, I have not been impressed with most of the things that Bandai has done here in the States. But stuff from Japan, the overseas stuff, Bandai has some really cool things. I mean, you can get them here, but you have to pay for them. I certainly pay for the quality of Bandai. But yeah, I can understand why they're still around. Their box store stuff, not so impressive, but their collector stuff is beautiful. And there's the 5-star ball. Take a look at take a look at number 3. Let's look at number 3. Like I said, it's just a test. We're looking at basically one orange acrylic ball with various numbers of orange stars in them. So that's essentially what we're doing for this test. But I hope you're enjoying it. So there's the 3-star ball. And I guess just to, again, kind of show the inside of it, a very nice satiny material. And it's got kind of a foam inside or underneath the lining that the balls very nicely sit on. And this would just be a really great display piece if it could be set open. I mean, you could always, if you were a nut, you could probably cut along the top and take the top off altogether, but nobody wants to do that. No one wants to do that. It's something where I just leave it sitting flat and then just open it. At some point, I'm going to find a way where I can keep the back display open, find something I can use to hook around to keep it open, even though it's very tall. I mean, the box, you can give you an idea, again, the size of the box, it's twice as tall once you open it. So it's going to be a bit of a bugger on shelf space, but boy, is that worth it. That looks beautiful. And as I said, this is something just to test out, but it is a little bit of a preview of a few things we've got coming up for the first few videos that I'm going to be bringing back, specifically more Dragon Ball. But in the meantime, I've missed you guys. I hope this works out, and I will be seeing you soon. Oh, as always, rate, comment, subscribe, join the revolution, because we're back, baby.